Just don't fall
Try
backwards.
not to knock stuff off.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
There we go. Okay. How do you like my high pony? I did this for
I
you.
love your high pony, actually.
Because you know, the higher the hair, the closer
That's
to
right.
Jesus.
That's right. That's how we always feel about it. My hair. I don't even know. I just brushed it this morning. I don't know. I'm hot.
So I just turned it on. What are we going to talk about?
Faith, family, and frugality.
Hey everybody, this is Amanda.
And I'm Tangie.
And today we are going to talk about friendships. Actually, we're going to do a little series on friendships because we're together, besties.
Yes. And have been for
Years.
3 years? Coming up on 4 years. That's right.
I can't believe that.
That is true.
That is true.
January 1st.
It's been a little bit.
January 1st will be 4 years.
And we know because folks talk to us all the time that sometimes ladies struggle with making friends, and you know there's this like epidemic of loneliness out there that people are sitting in their house wishing they had friends, and we thought we would just share with you guys a little bit about friendships. And so this first video we're going to talk about how to make friends, and then we're going to talk about how to be a friend, and then we're going to talk about how to keep your friends.
Yes.
So today, how to make friends. First, we should talk about how we became friends.
Yeah. Let's see. It was 2000. The day was 2000.
It was January 1st. I know that.
January 1st. Okay.
Our
so
friend anniversary is January 1st.
It is. So what had happened was I got a shout out from another channel. I had started a little craft business, and a channel shouted out my little business, my little craft business. And I get a message from this lady who said, "Hey, I came over because so-and-so shouted you out, and I'm giving you a follow." And I had just reached 1,000 followers on that page. And she said, "Wow, I wish I had 1,000 followers." And I said, "Well, what's your page?" And she said, "The Fundamental Home." And I said, "Okay." So I went over to the Fundamental Home, and I liked it. And I said, "Well, it's not 1,000, but you're one closer." And then she private messaged me. I'll let you take it from there.
I think I said something to the effect of, "We're going to be best friends."
She did.
And I was right.
She was very right.
The end.
Yep.
We are going to be best friends.
And I was not at all creeped out by that. Just for the record.
And by the way,
it didn't weird me out.
I am not normally the kind of person to do that. In fact, there was a time that we had this discussion as to who messaged who first, and I could not believe that it was me, but we actually rolled back and it was in fact me. I did it first, and I was like, what in the world was that? But I guess it was just one of those random things that I really did think, we're going to be best friends.
Yeah.
And we are.
I have been creeped out by people who have said, "We're going to be best friends." Because I'm like, I don't know you. And it kind of, that kind of
It might not work every time.
No, it definitely did not. But I think there was just, I don't know.
We knew.
The Lord's hand was in it. I truly feel that way. The Lord's hand was in our friendship from the beginning. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, sounds good. Whatever you say.
Well, I do think the lesson to be learned from that is not necessarily that you make friends with random strangers on the internet.
Be careful with that, by the way.
Yes. But I do think that there is something to be said for boldness. I think sometimes we just sit back and wait for life to happen to us rather than being willing to step out and, make some moves, trying to move forward. And so I don't know what it is, Tangie's just really charming. And so I was just like, she's gonna be my best friend. But there might come a moment where you think, this person, I think we could really be close, and take a chance, try to befriend them, do that thing, and what's it gonna lose?
Yeah,
give
exactly.
it a try.
Well, like with any relationship, there is risk involved because you're putting yourself out there, which means you may get rejected, or you may find your best friend, and it is worth the risk. It is worth the risk. And anytime that there is rejection involved, or if there is hurt or a trust broken, it just makes you appreciate
the true
friendships that you have a lot more. Because since we have been friends, we have both been disappointed or hurt by people that we considered to be our friends. And there have been times, I remember especially one conversation when I called Amanda and I said, thank you for being normal.
I do remember that.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Thank you for not being weird and for being normal and just being a voice of reason when I need some sort of something that makes sense.
Well, I always tell Brianna that what she's looking for in a friend is someone who's her same kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like we all have, and also in a spouse, that's another thing.
Yes.
Because we all have there's a lot of people that I meet that I think are really great people, and they might even think that I'm a good person, but we might not be the same kind of weird. They might actually think I'm weird.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I have been
But Tangi
told.
thinks I'm normal.
Yes.
So we're the same kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, if you think that someone who dreams about gardening and chickens and milking goats at 6 a.m. is normal, then you need to find people who do those kind of things. But the good thing is, and again, you were kind of talking about with a marriage and really any good friendship, there are things that are good to have differences.
Yes.
But then there are things that I really feel you need to look for people that have commonalities. So Amanda and I, we have so much in common. We have a whole lot in common. Our values, our faith, things that we want to see for our family. But we are also very different in that, I mean, almost kind of opposites really in our characteristics. And I think that's one of the reasons why we work so well is because there's a balance. We've even taken personality tests, and we actually have documented proof that we are
Very
opposite.
different.
Yeah.
But it works.
It works.
It works
Yeah.
because we're the same kind of weird.
Yeah.
We're the same kind of weird, but those personality things we just kind of mesh together and it just works out. So I think sometimes people expect that they really want to have like lots of friends, and the truth of the matter is that in your entire lifetime, you're only going to find a handful of people that are like your people.
Yes.
And so
Your tribe.
there's a lot of other people that you can really like and really appreciate, but when you're talking about like close friends, like people you share your secrets with, people that you talk to on a regular basis, those are the ones that it's just a few people, and not everybody is going to be that person to you, so don't expect it, and don't be disappointed when it's not everyone.
Yeah.
That's what again makes those few people so special, and how you can appreciate them is because not everyone is like that. So don't set your hopes too high in terms of having like this whole big crowd of like 30 people that you just are with all the time. That doesn't always happen. You might have a crowd of 30 people that you hang out with, but only a few of them are going to be really, really super close. So I think the takeaway from all this is that, and we were talking about the Bible verse that says, he who would have friends must show himself friendly. So you need to be friendly. You need to be willing to take that first bold step and chat with people and be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And take a risk.
Or be open-minded if you're the person that is being addressed.
Approached.
Yeah, and somebody, you can tell, because sometimes, there are times that you strike up a conversation where you're like, wow, this person's looking for a friend. Like there's an obvious sense of loneliness there. Be open-minded, and you never know. I mean, you might get the biggest blessing out of just taking some time and allowing yourself to open up to somebody or letting them open up to you. So my homeroom teacher in high school, Coach Brookshire, if you're watching, anyway, he always said, if you have one friend, you're blessed. He said, if you have two friends, you are rich. And he said, but that was his point, was real true friends.
Correct.
Most people won't have an abundance of them. So yeah.
So if you're wondering where you can find a good friend, we obviously talked about the internet.
Yeah.
Which is, really, you can find lots of great friends because, we've met a lot of different people in different Facebook groups because you find people, like you said, with similar interests. And in your real life, you know, you're probably surrounded by lots of people, but they don't all necessarily share your same interests. And the great benefit of the internet is you have the whole world, and there's people that share your same likes, so you can meet people online, and that's a great place to meet people. But if you're looking to meet people in your community, I mean, there's also other places that you can meet them. And I also think the great place to do that is with your shared interests. Like, I've met a lot of my other great friends at like homeschool groups, church events,
definitely,
because those are my interests.
Right. Yep.
So,
Yep. And that's another thing too, is if you are someone who, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you've just moved to a new area and you are trying to figure out, where can I go to cultivate friendships? Where can I find other moms or people who are like me? It's going to involve you leaving the house, and maybe even trying new things, like going to the library with your kid, going to a MOPS group, going to, did I say the library? I did say the library. But yeah, just putting yourself out there. Sometimes I know our community has a lot of events that are generally family focused. So, you know, that would be another great place to meet people. But sometimes just like seeing another mom in the grocery store and she's got like a screaming child, just acknowledging, I see you, I feel you, and then, you know, a word of encouragement. Who knows where that could lead?
Correct. You know, you just never want to miss an opportunity to reach out to someone if you can. I mean, there's so many great ladies out there, and we can always take a moment and say something kind and say something encouraging, and it might not turn into a lifelong friendship, but it might. It might be that one.
Yep.
And you would have missed it if you didn't just take a moment.
Yep.
So
just take a risk.
I think that's really the main thing. Take a risk.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Don't sit there and wish you had friends. Go out and make them.
That's right.
Smile
just tell
at
them
somebody.
We're going to be best friends.
That's what you do. And it works. It works, people. I'm telling you. We have obviously Change and I, we have other really close friends. I'm trying to think of how I met all my other close friends. I'll tell you another way I met some of my other close friends. Some of them I've known since like elementary school. And you guys might have friends that you've known your whole life too. But I remember one of my good friends bought another one of her good friends to my house. And then we all became good friends together. So another thing that you might do is, if you have friends that you think would work well together, you could introduce them.
Absolutely.
I think that always works. In fact, a lot of the folks that we know in common, people have introduced us in our little circles. And so that's how we all got to meet. In fact, we might go see one tomorrow.
Maybe.
But so it's always, you know, introducing all your friends, all the people who are the same kind of weird to one another. Again, you might just enlarge your beautiful friend groups. That's another way you could do it. How have you met your other friends?
Well, one that I'm thinking of in particular, she just had a birthday this week, and we actually met. I was we talked about this because this is one of the weird things that we have in common. I was a kindergarten teacher at a private school for a few years, and my first year of teaching, her oldest daughter was in my class. And what I loved about that friendship was, first of all, I was newly married. I didn't have any children, and I was a young bride. I got married when I was 18. So there was a lot of things about, home management that I didn't really know or think of. And it's neat seeing how other people, anyway, I'm rambling. But anyway, she helped me so much. She just taught me some things. She did things a little bit differently than the way like my mom did them. And then especially when it came to having, when I had my first child, she showed me about changing diapers and how you can tell by the smell of your child's diaper if they're teething or not. I mean, it's weird, and she was right on the money. I know. It's random, but it's weird. It's true. And you can cut that out if you want to.
Everybody's going to ask, how can you tell?
Do you really want me to answer that?
She'll make her own video on that.
Well, I don't know about that. But yeah, but anyway, and so because of that friendship, I mean, there were a lot of blessings to that, and I felt like she helped prepare me for motherhood, which was huge. So, but yeah, that's how we met.
So that was like a workplace meeting.
It was like a workplace meeting, yeah.
To meet folks. So, I mean, just look around. There's really not a perfect place.
No.
Just look around, Moms are out there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know your people. Get to know them. You might find a friend.
Yep.
So, anyway, that's going to be the end of our first video in our series.
Yeah.
How to make some friends. Go make yourself a friend today.
Yeah.
Go encourage somebody.
That's right.
It's going to be great.
Make a friend and be a friend.
That's right. That's our next video. How to be a
Segue.
friend. How to be a friend. Come back and watch our next video and you can see how to be a friend. And we'll talk to you about that next time. Oh, by the way, if you want to check out Tangie's channel, her channel is called Freedom Homestead. And we're going to link it up there at the top.
Thanks.
So go hang out with her.
Come hang out.
Be one of her new friends.
Be my friend.
She's the best. You can check out part 2 on her channel. So when you go and subscribe, keep an eye out and you'll see part 2 in your notifications. All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.